I told y'all this woman is not grieving. She's glowing. She's literally happier than a cat at a fish fry. Look at her. And not only did she have adoring eyes for J.D. Vance, same adoring eyes for Donald Trump. Sis is laughing all the way to the bank. Somebody say, oh, we love Charlie. She like, Charlie who? And understand, those of you who love Charlie Kirk, you're grieving more for Charlie Kirk than she is. This woman has moved on faster than the Wi-Fi at a hotel lobby. Look at her. She's smiling like she found out her student loans were forgiven. Oh, but it don't end there. Now, when I saw this picture, I was like, now, wait a minute. We're going way too far here. Somebody need to call HR because I know for damn sure this hug comes with benefits. Look at her. She's grieving like the insurance check already cleared. She got the money's in the bank. She looks freer than a kid on their last day of school. Y'all got to understand, none of this is happenstance. So when y'all see all that performative grief, she's laughing all the way to the bank. Don't get it twisted. Sister girl is leaning into this victimhood shit and making money. Faux show.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I'm not saying anything, okay? I'm just observing like everybody else on the internet. But that moment right there, yeah, tell me why that hug looks like the soft launch of a Hallmark romance movie. Hands in the hair, hand on the waist, and the speech about nobody can replace Charlie but JD comes close. Girl, what? People online are like, ma'am, it's been what, a month? And JD Vance is married, so folks are side-eyeing heavy. Let's break down why everybody's eyebrows are in the air right now. Credit goes to all the original creators. Thank you so much for tapping in when you saw this, and let's watch the clips and we'll be back with some commentary.
Before J.D. Vance makes his run for president, he will be married to Erika Kirk. And he's going to do this by using Paulina privilege. He is going to either push or somehow convince Usha Vance to file for divorce. And he'll use that to take it to the church to get an annulment because neither of them were baptized at the time of their marriage. And he will say that he tried to convert her and that it was just too hostile at home. Then his only marriage in the eyes of God will be towards Erika Kirk.
This does not look normal whatsoever. Everything about this feels off. Like, lady, wasn't your husband taken out for the world to see? And you're wearing tight leather pants? I guess she ditched the whole trad wife routine faster than they found Tyler Robinson. No friends run their hands through a man's hair. This is not a hug of grieving and comfort. Literally, no grieving widow acts like this. Skipping straight to acceptance and selling merch. Why is he holding her waist? Then she says she sees similarities of her husband in JD.
But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD. And Vice President J.D. Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight.
Seconds later, J.D. Vance says he wants his wife to become a Christian. What Christian values are on show here? J.D. Vance is on the Christian grift and it's so blatantly obvious. Do not let these people manipulate you. None of this feels real. Every move feels staged. It just makes me believe more and more that Erika Kirk was in on it. Because once people start seeing it, the whole act falls apart.
J.D. Vance is accused of cheating on his wife with Erika Kirk.
What happened?
J.D. Vance was seen on stage inappropriately touching Charlie Kirk's wife because when she went in for a hug, they embraced each other really intimately. And she put her hand on the back of his head. His hands were on her lower back and moved to her waist.
Why would you hug her like that?
At first, it seemed innocent, but it was long and weird. And J.D. Vance's wife was in the crowd as well. Everybody was disgusted and weirded out at their hug because they looked at each other in the eyes for a long time and just stood there and then continued. Then J.D. Vance said he wished his wife was Christian and wasn't Hindu. Live while he was giving a speech to America.
Dissed his wife on stage?
No! He was just making a comment. But it got even worse because when Erika Kirk went on stage, she said J.D. Vance reminds her a lot of Charlie Kirk and he shares a lot of the same attributes and qualities. And people started making weird faces that she would say that after hugging him like that. Now people are saying they don't trust her.
Who acts that way with a friend, especially in front of their partner?
That was the weird thing because when J.D. Vance was on stage saying he wished his wife was Christian, she had her arms folded the whole time and she looked uncomfortable, but she was smiling. But then an old clip came up from another day of J.D. Vance saying to his wife, while he was giving a speech, she has to smile no matter what he said. And now people think J.D. Vance is preparing to divorce her. This is all alleged.
I mean, how can we expect loyalty out of him when he can't even be loyal to his own country?
Things that are longer than Erika Kirk's grieving process. A Gen Z attention span. My period. Starbucks line when you're late for work. My motherfucking big toe. The time on that SpongeBob episode that it takes him to draw V. The time it takes my stomach to start gurgling after I have my iced coffee. The skip intro countdown on Netflix. The lifespan of a fruit fly. How long it takes to microwave popcorn. A TikTok trend's lifespan. And lastly, the ripeness of an avocado. Am I the only one who thinks she's gonna be fucking married to JD Vance like next week? And they're gonna be calling her like the first female president? Fuck no. I will be logging off. I will be leaving the country. Anyone else? Because what the fuck is going on there?
Holy shit, they are trying to replace Usha Vance with Erika Kirk. Because Erika Kirk and JD Vance is their Christian nationalist wet dream. And you won't convince me otherwise. What is this? What is this body language? When did we start putting our hands up in the hair of our friends when we hug? Yeah, no, you don't. This is weird. Oh, and then there's this one. JD, why are your hands so low? There's no reason for them to be on her hips, but there they are. And yet that they're trying to replace her with Erika Kirk. This is him when asked by a student about him and his wife's difference in like their religious beliefs, and he ends it with this.
Do I hope eventually that she is somehow moved by the same thing that I was moved in by church? Yeah, I honestly do wish that, because I believe in the Christian gospel, and I hope eventually my wife comes to see it the same way.
He wants her to fall in line. He wants her to be a Christian nationalist just like him. And if he can't convince her, he'll find a new one.
Baby, the way Erika Kirk hugged JD Vance on the stage the other night at that Turning Point event was given very cringy and very disrespectful. That is not the way you hug a married man. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all, in her speech, as she's introducing him, she says, and I quote, "No one will ever replace my husband, but JD Vance has a lot of similarities." And then when this man comes on stage, she literally gives him this very intimate and passionate hug, as though her hands are all in the back of his head. Baby, the only thing that was missing was the kiss to seal the deal. Do you hear me? And then when JD Vance gets on the stage and starts his speech, honey, I don't know if the man was soft launching his divorce or what. He sits up there and say how he hoped that his wife changed her religion to Christianity because of what? Because of what? So now you're saying you want a Christian woman like Erika? I don't know, y'all. I know this lady is a grieving widow and her husband just passed away and all this other stuff. But every time that lady opens her mouth, she gets cringy. She gets more darker. Her aura is off. She's off. She's just weird as hell. I don't know, y'all. What are your thoughts? What are your your opinions? But that was crazy.
For like a split second, the flap of a hummingbird's wing felt a tinge of sympathy when I saw this picture. Listen, if I cradled you while you performed grief for the world, and then a mere like 3 weeks later, you get on stage in front of thousands of people and run your hands through my husband's hair, I'm not even a jealous person. But let's just say this woman wouldn't need a pair of gloves this holiday season. This is public humiliation. I don't know Usha personally and have no concept of whether she gets more insecure about this or walking past an Ashley Home Furniture store with him. And then these stories about him saying this about her. Okay, here's the thing. I know what this looks like. And if these were normal people, I would say, yeah, this man is 100% getting divorced. But you have to remember that all of this is a performance. Every single thing that is happening right now is calculated and deliberate. I know these people come across as the dullest fucking knives in the drawer, but these are all chess moves by the Heritage Foundation. JD Vance is like the world's most unlikable human being. The man has the charm of wet cardboard. Not an ounce of charisma exists in that man's husk. And because the Heritage Foundation knows that in terms of succession, he is the real guy that they can manipulate, they have to make him somewhat, marginally more palatable to MAGA. And they are doing that by aligning him with Aryan Barbie over here, who is newly single, because they fully understand that the idea of a brown first lady repulses them. Mixed race children running about the White House, gross. So I think concocting this illusion will win him brownie points with that base. And to be honest, they're not wrong. And keep in mind, this is a base that is also dying to cheat on their wives. So if they can watch a dude cheat on his inferior wife with a shiny new object, you know that they are fist pumping the air, living vicariously through this sentient Pepperidge Farm loaf. All of that to say, this does seem like Bravo, and it could just be temporary to win him a few brownie points, and he'll go back to his miserable wife. However, here's the caveat. If this isn't just temporary, Usha may be in danger. I may have to take this.
The non-South Asians worried about Usha Vance's safety? Don't.
Again, she signed that deal with the devil, and she is 100% smart enough to have a contingency plan in place, and blackmail she put aside for a rainy day. That being said, the Heritage Foundation is capable of giving her a political thriller ending. I don't know what's worse for us, I'm gonna be honest. Because if they do, then this one and Ari and Barbie are able to get together free and clear and really rile up that base, and we're all fucked. Usha and his unlikability were like the albatross around his neck. He was never gonna really go far. So, in some ways, I'm rooting for Usha here. What a wild ride. I don't know, man. This whole thing is spooky as hell. Happy Halloween.
So listen, right? Grief is personal and nobody can police how you mourn. And, public clips can be misleading sometimes. But if the internet is confused, well, this moment definitely didn't help. And married politicians hugging each other like they're in a fragrance commercial. Yeah, the timeline is definitely going to react every time. So what do you think? Do you think it's staged? Do you think it's a PR moment or just weird timing? Drop your thoughts. Keep it respectful. Credit goes to all the original creators. This video is for commentary, education, and discussion only. No hate, no harm. Please like and comment and follow. Share as well for more commentary like this. And as usual, I'll see you on my next one.